You're tuned in to the Downey's Pucks podcast with your hosts, myself, Tom Waters, Jim Toker, and today's guest, Chris Waters. We're going to jump right into a story here that we promised on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoy. Well, let's just jump in and talk about 2017.
All right.
Chris, I'll let you start it off. You have a better memory than me.
Okay, so yeah, you guys went down into the swamp because we've been scouting this area that had a bunch of hardwoods and a nice swamp that went all around pretty much the entire property that we wanted to hunt, that side that we wanted to hunt on. And this is before they did all the cutting in there. And so anyways, I remember you had scouted the day before, and actually that entire week really, because we love that second to third week. We keep finding all these scrapes and rubs down in that swamp.
Yeah, that's when they're most active in that area.
Yeah, so you had worked that edge of that swamp a few days before that, and you found an awesome spot. And you said you were going to take Jim with you.
I set up a couple lawn chairs along the swamp.
And honestly, down there, it's better than hunting out of a stand because the way that the trees were.
There's a lot of pressure in there too. They're used to looking for trees and people in trees. I mean, they see a lot of trees.
So Dad and I were working the top of the ridge, and I was following a deer. I was following him in the leaves because the leaves were pretty wet that day, first thing in the morning, and I'm looking and I was like, oh, there's a fresh scrape over there. I no sooner get to that scrape and I just hear a bunch of shooting down in the swamp. And then Dad comes walking behind me and goes, was that you shooting? I go, no, but I know who it was.
Now, Chris and my dad were in there early in the morning.
Yeah.
And me and Jim got up late.
We showed up like gentlemen.
Yeah. We didn't get up late. I mean, we got up there right on time.
Yeah, exactly.
We had our breakfast. I think we were at TJ's or something.
Yeah.
And had our breakfast, kind of stretched our legs a little bit. And then we were going down looking for, I was taking Jim. I was like, we got to get down to this spot. It's a really good spot. They're going to be in here. So I was trying to get them along. I couldn't find my chair. And then I was like, you know what? I have another chair down on a point. Let's just go down to that one. So then we get down there. And it was a star crunch. We sat down, started having a snack.
Well, the first thing was when we came across this scrape.
Oh, yeah.
It hadn't been touched yet.
And someone's trail camera was on it.
Somebody's trail cameras are on it, and we waved and gave them thumbs up. And I had to piss, so I stopped and pissed next to it. And we went down and sat, and and then you want to go from there. Sitting in the lawn chairs eating star crunches.
Yeah, I just opened it and took one bite out of it. And I was sitting to the left of Jim, and I just said, there's a buck.
Yeah.
Buck. And I knew I had to get my gun up quick because Jim tends to shoot fast. It's not that he's not patient or doesn't care about me. He just wanted to get a shot off, which is good.
I try to slow them all down.
But then he was in the swamp, and there was the blades of cattails and swale grass and a bunch of saplings and dead birch trees. So we knocked a few of them down.
Everyone we hit knocked down.
Because all I had was a liver shot, so that's what I took. And Jim had a lung.
Yeah, neck first because he come between two trees.
Yeah,
and then
that's right.
Hit a sapling. And then I got a chest right in the heart lung area, and
yeah, because he kept going. We just kept firing. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah,
I think we reload.
Yeah,
how many rounds was it? 7?
No, it was more than that. So
I think it was 9. Yeah, that one was 9.
Tommy had 4, and he had his pump gun, and I had my great grandfather's 30-30 Winchester Model 94, and I had 5 in it, and we unloaded all 9. And Tommy looked at me once the deer went through, and we couldn't see him. He never ran; he just walked. And then Tommy looked at me and says, "I don't have any more ammo. You gotta reload, and you gotta do something." So I'm sitting there and I'm pumping rounds into it, and
we thought he was down or he was just out of sight.
Yeah, we kind of waited. We're like, okay, there's no way we didn't hit him. 9 rounds out, you got to hit something. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden this point kind of wraps around, and there's this one little spot you can see through probably 70 yards away. And
Yeah, the point's in the shape of like a candy cane.
yeah,
Almost.
yeah, it comes and hooks back, and you can actually walk from that point to the other piece of dry land quicker than you can walk out and around.
Yeah.
But anyways, we sitting there, and the deer walked up, and Tommy says, "I'm out of ammo. You got to shoot it." So I pulled up, and he goes, "Don't take your eyes off it." He's heading to the swamp, picked up and shot, and then he started to run
He was right on that point.
right on the edge of right, literally on a little knoll that drops right down in the swamp, and hit him that time, and he took off, and
But we didn't know. We didn't know if we hit him.
yeah,
We were excited.
We scared him.
We figured
you
we
know?
did. We hoped we did. We were looking at each other. If we missed that one,
Yeah, we're not telling anybody.
it was not us that was shooting.
Yeah.
Somebody
Scared
came
me
in
too.
here firing around. They were practicing.
You scared him. You scared me too.
Oh yeah. So he took off running in the swamp, and Tommy, I just remember him. I'm standing up, and he's right next to me, and he's just, "Don't take your eyes off him. You've got to know where he's going in there, because with the water in there, you won't find him." And I'm watching, and he's bounding, and all of a sudden he just head first right into a tree, and I was amazed.
He
I was
disappeared again.
Yeah, disappeared, and I looked at Tommy. I go, "He just ran into
I'm
a
like, "Are you
tree."
sure he ran into a
He
tree?
ran in, he head first into a tree. And he goes, "What tree?" And I looked back up, and all the deadwood sitting there. He go, "I don't really know now. I have no idea." And then
We went and looked for blood,
went and looked for blood. No blood. Didn't see anything.
and we were pumped up. So and then
Yeah.
I knew, like, because that was your second deer, right?
That was my second deer ever. Yeah.
So that's why, I kind of was like, all right, we both need to calm down,
Right.
Because we're pumped up. There could be blood right in front of you. You're not going to see it.
Right.
So we called Chris.
Luckily, there was no. I don't even think we called Chris. Remember, because we were down there looking for blood, and all of a sudden,
Once
your dad.
I think we got a hold of Dad or something.
Yeah, and you guys just
Chris came
showed
down.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
within a couple minutes. Well, it felt like a couple minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes walk.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, they just popped up on us, and Tommy and I were still super excited. And Chris said, "Well, let me go in there and look." And Ronnie shows up, and he's our hound dog anyhow. So they went in, and Chris was, I don't know, 60 yards from where we were standing on the edge, and he goes, "Well, there's blood." So,
Yeah, I think you saw it on a big log, right?
Yeah, I did.
yeah, and
Well, I had looked and saw a point, and I said, "Well, they said they shot right here, and I know deer like to go in on them points."
right.
And I just looked out on the point, and I see the blood, and I said, "Oh yeah, I see the blood right
Yeah,
there."
he was a ways in before he started
He
bleeding,
was.
which is
Yeah.
nuts.
They have a will to live like nothing you've ever seen in your life.
So Chris yells out, "We got blood." And Ronnie's out ahead, and Tommy and I are standing back on the point, just kind of calming down. And I start going. I don't like getting my feet wet. You'll hear that 1,000 times. So I'm jumping high spot to high spot, and Tommy takes off running. And
I fell in the swamp.
fell in right to his neck.
Swimming. No, and I was wearing wool or fleece. I don't
So-
remember the way it soaked it up as a sponge.
Got up, and we kept going, and Chris was way ahead of us at that point. And there was 170 yards, tucked underneath a tree. Hit that tree and turned, went to the left, and there was a dead tree that had fallen off, and it was stuck in the ground, and he was buried underneath it. And yeah, that was a
7-pointer.
7-pointer. The biggest deer at the time was 155 pounds.
Somewhere in there. I'd have to
150,
check it
145 pounds, 155 pounds.
Nice buck.
Yeah, for me, I mean,
Beautiful.
out. Oh, it's,
if I shoot a 200
That
pounder, I'd
day
probably
was
faint.
great.
we'd shoot it again.
Yeah, I'd shoot it twice. I'd shoot it another 9 times.
Yeah.
Like,
And it was, what was crazy was when we gutted it out, Jim actually pork chopped his, like if you look at a split pork chop,
Like a
he
butterfly.
did that to the heart and the thing still went.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
that's-
know, yeah.
But
When we were, yeah.
That
you're
taught
right.
us that lungs, hitting them in the lungs is way
Take the
better.
air
Right.
out.
Plus,
Yeah.
I think you get more blood quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so
he didn't
too.
bleed for a long time. Well, he's filling up the cavity too, so the blood,
Yeah, it's, the heart's in there, and then it's got all that.
Right. So we went up, Ronnie got it for it, or for me, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
I've only got one deer, that was this year.
Yeah.
That was your deer. I didn't even got mine. No, I got mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
And,
even shoot. I didn't shoot one this year.
I was thinking
That was
last
last
year.
year.
I passed
last
up
year.
a 6-pointer.
Yeah, yeah. So we got it out, and of course, I got hunting late in life, or later in life than a lot of kids, but going through the swamp, I remember I tore a muscle in my quad.
Yeah,
Got
I remember you
stuck.
being hurt the next day.
Yeah, I got stuck. I stepped down and I got caught in a hole with a branch. And when I went to pull my leg up, being excited, I did it too quick and it pulled something in my quad. And we all ended up dragging it out as a team. About a mile from the truck, there's a big parking spot. And so Tommy said, well, let's go get the truck and we'll come back down and load it up. And it was warm. It was
Because we weren't very far from a road. I mean,
no, yeah, a couple hundred yards maybe.
Yeah, easy.
But, got to the truck and had a backpack. I threw it in the back and it sounded different. And I had a little 2-wheel drive Chevy pickup with big rims on it. And look in the back and I go, Tommy, what am I missing here? Like, what is my brain not picking up here? And he goes, well, where are your winter tires? I said, oh, geez, so you have the high of shooting a good deer and then you get back to the truck. Some scumbag rips you off and steals the tires. And anyways, get down there, load it up, and it was hot, so we went and got ice.
Packed it full of ice.
Yeah, packed it full of ice, and
Then
I think we hung it here, didn't we?
Oh, we didn't hang it. We had it in the back of the truck because we were going to go take pictures.
Oh, because Pa shot one too, so yeah, you're right, we were going to go take pictures.
I think we left it at Pa's.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
But then we circled around.
Yeah, and Pa lives on a road that these guys have hunted forever, and they've, I've been fortunate enough to hunt that for a while.
But what we were driving around, just showing people.
Yeah,
I think we took it to Hop Hat,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
and then Jim was like, "Well, we got to get you back in the woods." So we're driving down a road, and I see it was a doe. You spotted the doe.
No, yeah. When we first pull on the road, there's 2 fields. And there's a little tiny field on one side, and then there's a big 100+ acre field on the other side.
Because we killed yours at 9.
Yeah, and it was 2:00 on the dot, like 2:01 or something.
Yeah.
When we pulled onto that road, and there's a big field on one side, and we've always hunted that. I remember Chris and I hunted that quite a bit when I first started hunting.
Yeah.
So we always kept our eye on that side, and just by chance looked over, and Tommy's scanning the big field, and there's this. For me at the time, it was the biggest deer I'd ever seen. Big, and that's no shade on him. He's a big deer anyhow, and he's standing there, and right in the middle of the field, and I'm looking at him, and I go, Tommy, that's a big buck. He's looking in the field. Where? Over here. So he looks.
I didn't expect him right out in the open like that.
Yeah, how many times we've driven
Not
that road?
that late in the season.
Right, you
No.
drive that road 1,000 times. You never see him that
exactly.
close to the road.
But he was rut crazed.
And so 5-speed pickup, dropped it down a gear, and he says, "I know where they're going." He goes, "Floor it, get up to the top of the hill." So he got up the hill, and we ended up getting in the woods. We didn't even shut the doors. Remember that? We came back and the doors were wide open in the pickup.
Yeah, it's because I knew where the deer like to run in that spot.
Yeah, that was actually the first time I ever hunted with you guys. I didn't even have a rifle, and we sat in there on that same exact piece,
Yeah.
and we watched deer run right down in.
That's the kids you can hear running around. We live in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so everything is going on. You might hear a chainsaw.
No padded
anything.
rooms. A leaf blower probably will come in at some point.
Yeah,
And we headed up there, and I think I shut the truck off, but we left all the doors open. We grabbed our guns, loaded them, and ran into the woods. And
yeah. We ran up. It kind of goes up a hill and then down a little valley where they like to pool up and hang out. And that doe was.
Yeah.
You spotted the doe.
we spotted the doe off to the left. I don't know, probably close to 100 yards. And I still had a doe tag. It was my first year with that bonus tag. And
Right, because I was like, hey, you might as well take her. And I was
Right.
like, if we don't see him, but I was like, let's just hold on a second.
yeah,
And I threw some calls out.
yeah. Tommy was calling, and all of a sudden that doe turned and started staring at us.
Yeah,
Which
and I
in
was locked
hindsight-
onto the doe because I remember how close he was to her. He was dogging her pretty hard.
And Tommy says, "Don't move." I said, "All right." So Tommy's standing in front of me, closer to the doe, and I'm standing just half a step behind him. And the whole time while he's watching the doe, I'm looking, making sure nothing's coming, or making sure if something is coming, I can at least see. And I'm looking. I'm kind of scanning to see if I can see anything out of the peripherals. And Tommy says, "She's got us pinned. Don't move." So I'm standing there, and I suck at staying still.
Right, because then she was the only one with a level head, so she spotted us,
Yeah.
and it was over.
And she's staring at us and staring at us, and at the corner of my eye, everything happened so fast, when you're in the woods. But in the corner of my eye, I said, "I don't remember a bush being there." And I looked over, and oh shit!
Well, if you remember too, I was wearing my big security
Yeah.
scratchy jacket that has the bright reflectors, and the sun
Yeah.
was just coming through, so I was glowing.
Oh yeah.
Jim's like, "Your jacket is glowing." I'm like, "I don't care."
Yeah, we were paying. I mean, one of those deer were going to die. We knew it. One of them, we figured we could get a chance on the doe for sure. The buck was if he made a mistake, and which he ended up doing. We're standing there. Tommy's locked. He's eye contact with the doe.
Yeah.
He's telling me, "Don't fucking move. Don't move." So I look and I kind of turn my head a little bit, and it was like those pictures you see. I'm sure some big YouTube personality or Instagram will have that picture of just that. Well, actually, there's that one on Instagram, the one standing there blowing
Yeah,
steam.
it's like it looked like a calendar.
Yeah, it was
iconic.
Yeah, it was like one of those pictures. Like I told Tommy 100 times that day. I'm like, I'll never ever in my mind forget that picture. Just standing there, perfect, staring right at us, as wide chested as he could be, rack, just standing there. And I just, Tommy, there's a buck. So I can see him looking. I go, it's to our right.
Yeah, you're like, "Don't move." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, where is he?"
Yeah, I'm like, don't move. He's staring at us, and he goes, "Well, where is he?" I go, "He's in the trail to the right."
Then I was like, "Okay," and I
So-
can shoot him there,
Yeah.
even if he starts to run.
So as soon as I said that, I don't know if that's still going. Is that still going? It's shut off. So anyhow, technical difficulties here.
That's all right.
As soon as I said he's in the trail to the right, Tommy turned and just pow, pow. And when it happened, the deer, his ass hit the ground.
Yep.
So of course we're thinking, oh, he's done. He's done for sure. And we gave him some time. And, of course we're sitting there, celebrating like, dude, this is awesome. Pa shot one, I shot one, Tommy's now shot one, all on the same day. Like, you don't hear that story, you don't get that anymore.
No.
40 years ago, 50 years ago, that was a
Sure.
common occurrence. But
Sure. Yeah. It's hard to do in New England.
yeah,
Period.
especially where we are,
That's
especially in Maine. It's hard to do in Maine in general, but where we
And we're
are,
hunting where everybody can hunt.
right? This is the most populated area mostly.
The SD card on the camera is full, so I'm just going to adjust that.
Okay, you want me to
But
keep
continue
going?
the story, yeah.
Okay.
I'll jump in still.
Yeah. So we kind of slowed down and got our wits about us, and I think we called you right away, didn't we?
You did? Because I was
You were at Paz, weren't you?
no, I just got home because I had to wash my clothes. I had blood all over from
Oh
the beer.
yeah. You're welcome.
So I was washing my clothes to be able to hunt on Monday because I had that next week off.
Yeah.
And I got the call and I'm like, I just grabbed. I was like, oh my god! I just got all my other hunting clothes on
Yeah.
that I normally don't wear, but I was like, I'll just wear my old stuff.
And what's crazy about that? I still have pictures of when we shot that, or when I shot mine and when Tommy shot his. So what happened was, after we figured everything out, hit him low we were shooting. What was the ammo that you were using back then? That silver tip stuff.
Yeah, it was the Winchester silver tip.
Yeah, and decent ammo. I'm sure if you're hunting a field.
Yeah, it's good for like Ohio.
Right.
Maybe,
But when you're shooting through brush, he had him dead to rights, and it hit him low brisket. I mean, it took some meat, but it didn't do anything near enough to slow
It
him
fragments. You know?
down. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah, that's a problem in Maine. Like, you got to have something that's going to handle it.
right. Well, that's why I like that round nose stuff that you guys got me to do. That core lock, I won't shoot anything else.
Right.
Well, those ballistic tips, if you hit any piece of brush,
Right.
they just
scatter.
scatter.
So
So
it's like shooting a
it's a
shotgun.
mini buckshot.
Right.
Yeah,
Worse
exactly.
than buckshot.
Right.
Exactly, yeah.
So, second shot, when he was taking off, he turned and ran, and Tommy ended up getting him in the leg. And we tracked him quite a ways, and we were getting small blood after a while, and you could see where he was driving his leg into the dirt and clotting it up.
And it's dark at this point.
Yeah, it was dark because we called it
yeah.
quits at 11 when the coyotes were running behind us. We called it, we didn't want to, but
Hands and knees looking for.
yeah, I think both the flashlights that we had died.
Yeah,
Ronnie's
towards the end
flashlight
of it, I was
died.
using my phone to be able to
Yeah.
get out.
And I remember we would just put a stick in the trail, or not the trail, but the blood trail, the last spot we found blood. And
Yep.
we planned on, I think we said, well, geez, we'll get a dog. We'll, finish it tomorrow. And he bled pretty good for a long time. And, yeah, got a dog, and I was supposed to pick up Tommy early in the morning, and I had a standard pickup, and I couldn't, my leg was black and blue, and I couldn't even drive the truck. I went out and I hobbled out to the truck and tried pushing the clutch, and I couldn't do it, and called Tommy. I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. But that's where my story ends off, just because I don't know what happened after that.
So we called the dog.
What was the name of the blood tracker that you used?
Scott Clance.
Scott Clance.
Darwin, I think.
Darwin
was his
was
dog.
That
good
guy
boy.
was amazing.
Yeah, he's a rugged dude. You got to be rugged to do that.
Right.
He's
And professional as he was,
yeah, he's a wrestler.
he's a class act,
Right.
you know.
We went out the next morning.
Yep.
For me and Scott Clance.
Yep.
Went out.
Because now it's Saturday morning.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I'm nervous that someone's going to come across it.
Right.
That's right. Because
It's another high pressure area.
That's right. And it gets busy on Saturday.
And then the dog started picking up the track, and then he would lose the track, and we would find beds with a bunch of blood. And Scott knew right away. He's like, you hit a leg.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. That's why the deer fell hard.
Right.
I was like, I nailed him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, that's a leg shot. He's like, how many times did you shoot? I said, 3 times.
Yeah, 2 or 3, yeah, at least.
I know I got 2.
Yeah,
at least.
because you hit brisket and then the
Right.
hind leg.
And that's why I ended up killing him. Was we kept going through. We found the blood. He went into someone's backyard, and I could see him laying in the back. So we went and got permission, and the lady gave us permission because she's like, those things bring deer ticks, and I got dogs. She's like, go ahead and shoot them. So I went out and finished him off, and after I shot him, he jumped in a brook, sunk. So I had to go swimming again.
2 days in a row.
Yeah, I might as well just get a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some waders.
Yeah.
But while I was doing that, Pa shot his buck.
I thought
Yeah,
he shot
that
it on
was the-
Friday.
No, he
Oh,
shot
no,
it
Saturday.
Saturday
That's not when
morning.
Tom brought him out. Yeah.
That's right.
So he shot that Saturday morning, and then it was just like euphoria how we all got
Right.
bucks within that 24-hour period.
And I
That
think
was
we have
awesome.
pictures on Instagram of it. If not,
Yeah.
we can put some on.
Yeah, that's
3 standing next to the truck there.
Oh, yeah, that is on there, yeah. Sorry, we're all kind of in awe looking at what Tommy's got going on over
I'm
here.
trying
yeah.
to get this camera back.
But yeah, that was awesome, man. I mean,
And then yours was 2016 over on behind my house, right? Or was that 2018?
That was 2019. That was after we
2019,
got.
and when I tracked over,
Yeah.
over by your way.
Do we want to say anything else about 2017?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, we gave the lady a deer antler
Yeah,
for a chew toy for the dog.
yeah, because we wanted to do right by the lady, and she didn't eat deer meat, but the dog. I was like, well, the dog's like an antler,
Right.
a shed antler that we found. And she's like, he would love that. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think if it was 2017 the year that my first turkey, or was that 19 as well?
No, I think it was 17.
I'd have to look
Turkey.
back at the dates,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
so
that was a
basically,
fun turkey.
We gotta get some
Yeah.
turkey hunts on.
I know, I got a big boiler job going on the first day of turkey season.
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
talk to my boss. Hey, you mind if I'm a little
Why
late?
don't we talk about what we do? We haven't
Okay.
introduced that.
All right.
Well, start with you, Jim. What do you?
So,
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Wyndham for the first few years, and then my folks split in '94, and we moved to my grandmother's house, which was the family camp for 100 years down in Sebago Village. We lived there until '97. We moved back to Wyndham, and it was the house my father bought, which he still is in today, is half a mile from the house that I grew up in when I was born.
That's crazy.
So,
you don't hear that much anymore.
no, and so I graduated from Wyndham High School just barely. Played football for them.
That's true. It was by a hair.
Yeah, well, they didn't. They just wanted me out. So I ended up going to college for a semester. Ran out of money quick. Up in Bangor at Hudson University. Got out of college, worked on a lobster boat for a guy right here out of town. Did that for a little while, and then went welding. Started welding when I was 19. I did that on and off until 2016. Went to school.
And we removed boilers.
Yeah. When we were young, when we were we were kids then. We used to pull
Big,
coal-fired
giant
boilers.
heavy.
Yeah, down in Falmouth. We used to pull out. There's a
Out in the mansions, getting rid of their old heating systems.
there's a guy there that his nephews went to school in our town, and we got hooked up with him, just doing grunt work, and did that for a while. Pulled him out, and then went from welding in 2016. Started doing HVAC and worked for a company for a few years, and a bunch of guys, all their good guys, kind of quit all at once, and I followed suit. So you kind of see the writing on the wall, and I started subbing out for about a year or so. Then just went and did my own stuff for a while, and then had another kid, and we took in a foster baby that we got at 8 days old, and
How many you got kids you got now there,
too
Jim?
many. I got 3 boys. 2 are mine.
Are you
One's-
technically a farmer?
Yeah, gonna be. 2 of my own and the foster baby, and then we got our first girl coming in July. So we got a full house.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
So I've known Jim since Pee Wee football.
Yeah,
Played
Yeah.
football together and all that.
way back when everybody said, "Watch out for the quiet one." Every time they said that, it was fingers pointed at Tommy.
I don't know why they say that.
Yeah, because he's loyal. That's why.
But me and Chris grew up in Wyndham also.
Yep.
That's how I played Pee Wee football. If we couldn't get that together.
Yeah.
Me and Jim. And we grew up in Wyndham, went to school in Wyndham.
Yep.
I've just done all kinds of weird jobs so I could go hunting.
Yeah. Well, that's the trick this year.
But I really haven't. I started chasing the wrong tail and got a little on the wrong scent. So I kind of put hunting on the back burner when it came to that. But Dad's the one that really instilled hunting into us, and then Chris introduced me into the Benoits. Showed me those guys, and then I was just hooked on tracking.
Yeah.
Because then I started becoming successful, like what I wanted to do.
Well, I saw.
It was
read
always a
their books,
mystery.
Right. That's the first time I was at Kittery Trading Post. I'll never forget it. And I saw we were looking at guns.
Yeah.
We just went down for a bow shoot.
Well, that was the biggest place besides L.O. Bean at the time. Was
That's
like,
right.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
a big
Yeah.
outdoor store.
And I had seen the original, or I guess it would be the second book, the white book with the big
Yeah.
buck on the cover.
Yeah.
I saw that and I said, I'm gonna read this book because these guys, these brothers here are shooting all these deer, and I want to know about this.
Right. I was more interested to like fact check it, if you will. I was like, are these guys really as good? I'm gonna do what they do and just see if it works.
Yeah.
And then after reading the books, they came out with another book, and I read that one, the second book, the blue book.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's why we keep you around. You know how to read.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Just give us the cliff notes.
yeah.
I
Well,
copy and paste.
Yeah.
I had told Tom about it, and he goes, okay. And I was like, these books are awesome. And like they're joking around. Tom's like, let me know when they come out with the movies.
Yeah.
Sure enough, they came out with movies, and if
I
you need to
skimmed
learn
through the
about
books.
tracking, you don't like to read or nothing like that, those movies will teach you more
Yeah, you gotta watch them a few times.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come out with new ones.
Yeah.
Well, it's the best of, is what Landon said. Like, and I think they're gonna have those available at Huntstock.
I think that was the plan.
That's the plan, but I don't know what difficulties they're going through as far as getting the
They're
footage
waiting on-
together and stuff. And
Waiting on production, I believe. Just
Was
waiting
it?
on everybody to get it clipped together.
something like that. But yeah, we plan to do video, but I just had to get rid of that because I was a dummy and didn't put in a new SD card. And I don't get the time to mess around.
Well, it's growing pains. It's your first one.
Yes,
That's natural.
it's my first time, so take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
But while we had our little intermission, I did look, and it was 2017 first turkey
Your first turkey, yeah,
with Tommy. Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah. Well, it was my
we'll get
first second turkey. I
think next
first
time-
one flew off.
Next one we'll do a little more turkey
I think-
stories.
Yeah, and I think it'd be awesome to knock some birds down this year on camera.
That's our goal. I got school every Saturday, so that kind of screws things up.
Yeah,
But,
but
we'll get out during the week.
there you go. And,
Someone will.
I'll make Jim
Yeah.
get out somehow in the week.
Yeah. Well, job started at 8, so that gives me 2 hours.
I do independent contracting now, so I can kind of
Yeah.
bounce around.
there you go.
But yeah, we're gonna be at Huntstock. I'm sure most of anyone listening's seen that, but we're pretty excited about that. If you couldn't tell,
It should be a good time.
yeah,
Last year was first year. It was a lot more than what I was expecting.
Yeah.
It was a good turnout. They had a lot of good guys. They had the Benoits, Laney and Landon were there. Timmy Bolduck was there.
yeah.
Rick Labby. I wish I knew the guy from New Jersey's name. He had a pretty good show.
I can't remember. Anyway, it's like if you haven't been, it's the best of New England.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna see New England in a
in my opinion, the best in the
Eggshell.
country.
And the guys that we met, Northeast Bowhunter,
yeah.
those guys were awesome.
Yeah.
I was,
Very humble.
willing to hang out and shoot the shit. And
Yeah.
so hopefully they're there again. That was fun. They had some monster sheds that they found.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the sheds that they found. I was like, those down in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll think about hunting down there.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'll just think about affording something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And CT Carl, that was cool. He was really awesome. Who else? Adam with Stagger was down there.
Yeah.
That was I think his first year.
Well, me and you will be down there
Yeah.
for the 3 days, and Chris and Dad and Scott.
yeah, and I think Jake's gonna come too.
Awesome.
Yeah,
He
cousin
wants to
Jake.
go.
He'll come visit.
Yeah.
So it depends on what day. We really don't know what day everyone's going to show up, but most likely Saturday would be
Most
the
feasible.
most ideal. I think that's their busiest day,
Yeah,
but
I've
it
met a
was awesome.
lot of cool people there, and I heard the mountain deer guys are going to shoot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We talked to
And
Rodney and Taylor.
I'm most excited. That's actually the person I want to meet the most is Rodney, just because I think he's a cool guy.
I know I wish you could
He's
have
a
went
down to
down
earth guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I
to
know.
Vermont with me and Jim.
I know.
When we went up there, geez, we talked to them.
Because we've been wanting to
45
talk to them
minutes.
just to kind of figure out, because you never know how people really are.
Right.
And those guys are really,
They're
Genuine
exactly
people.
Genuine.
Yeah, what you see is exactly.
it's not an act. Like they're
Yeah.
not, they're just excitable people. And,
Yeah.
Just
and
like we are.
and
Yeah.
willing to give information. I mean, we talked.
Yeah,
just
he told
for-
us exactly where he shot it.
Right.
And we're not the type of people that's going to go in there.
Right.
But there are people like that, whatever.
Right. But not even on that aspect. It was like, we were talking because Tommy obviously does all the videoing and recording and all that. And Taylor gave us like tips, like, figure out what time of day people watch this and figure out how long do they watch it. And
Right, yeah. He's not like
Right.
secretive.
yeah, he was showing us
want-
cameras, different cameras and stuff. And super awesome group. Those
And they
guys.
didn't know us from anywhere, so.
Right.
Right.
And Ryan lives right in town.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it.
That's pretty cool. And Casey
I
talked to us the longest.
Yep.
Just shooting the shit, just having a good time. A lot of people left early there. It was strange,
Yeah.
As soon as the seminar was over, everybody just kind of
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, this is perfect. There's nobody, there's a few guys that stayed.
Yeah.
But it was a Saturday, right? So people
Right.
probably, a lot of people had to go
Right.
get stuff done or whatever. But
And then ran into a guy that knew a guy I knew.
yeah,
That's crazy. It's a small world, man. You're a
Yeah.
couple states away.
Well, he asked me, he goes, oh, you know this guy?
we were the only Mainers.
Yeah, the only people from Maine, and this guy was from upstate Vermont, and he asked if I knew this guy. He was the old editor for Outdoor Life. I said, yeah, it's funny you say that. I just put in a heat pump for his furnace so he could have central AC. And so we started talking, and Tommy, left earlier than I did. And I talked to the guy for 45 minutes, even after everybody was gone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he owns.
I had a headache. I felt so bad. I'm terrible migraine because I just started my new diet, so my
Yeah.
body was trying to beat me up to get me back on
Yeah, that happens.
into the trash.
This guy there, he was saying he owns 2 townships.
2 towns.
2 townships, yeah. He bought it back in the late 80s, early
I've
90s.
seen whole towns. I think Massachusetts there was a whole town for sale.
Yeah.
if I remember
Yeah,
right.
he bought
That's
T1R
insane.
whatever, and he bought 2 of them right next to each other.
It was pretty cheap too, if I remember right.
Yeah. So that was a good one. And I can't say anything more good about them. They were awesome.
Yeah, we went down there because they had come all the way up to Bangor for the FPM.
6 hours is what they told us. Remember that? They said it
Yeah.
took him 6 hours to get to Bangor. And he
That's
said, well,
crazy.
geez.
Yeah,
4-hour drive ain't
I
bad.
think right. I think we had
Yeah,
3.5.
Yeah. So,
With Jim's driving about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I had the kids with me.
Oh,
yeah.
I had the wife
that's
and
right.
kids with me, and that was a good time. So Huntstock will definitely be fun. And that place is absolutely beautiful. That
Yeah.
farm down there.
Oh, yeah. It is beautiful.
And it's clean. It's not
But we're gonna have stuff because last year we noticed that they didn't have anything for kids.
right.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna do a couple free things for kids and just some different stuff. Just kind of
Stickers
keep
or
them
something.
entertained because our kids will probably visit,
Right.
but they're not gonna be down there the whole time.
They
But
go
I
stir crazy.
I was thinking like the kids would be so bored here. It's
Right.
depends
They
on
just-
depends on their age. I'm talking like my daughter is 1 and my son is 6,
Right.
so they kind of need a little more entertainment than looking at stuff versus like if your kid's 8 and up or whatever.
Right.
10.
Someone a kid's a little older. Older kids can sit at a seminar,
Right.
Yeah.
even if they don't like the whole thing.
Right,
At least,
yeah.
when people laugh, they have something to laugh at.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll do that. Have a little raffle, a free entry raffle. Not quite sure what I'm gonna put in the raffle, but do something
Just put
decent.
your carbine in it.
Yeah, yeah, free.
Yeah.
Free raffle. You can win my gun.
They sell,
And then-
they
and then
sell
I'll go out and
7,600
throw sticks.
carbines for as much
Yeah.
as, those carbines now are going for more than my first vehicle cost me.
Yeah, it's stupid. Well, they were supposed to be like the working man's gun,
Yeah.
and then
What
they just
happened
got
to that?
popped. They just got popped.
OnlyFans. Now the
Yeah,
working
that's
man
pretty
makes
much-
more money every year.
That's, yeah, there you go.
Right.
I
Yeah.
start my own page, only
Yeah.
carbines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look
Only
how
Beans.
smooth action that pump is. Baby.
Chris is the founder of Only Beans.
He's spraying oil on it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna rub it down. Yeah, look at that cap. Oh, nice.
You got to work it or it gets rusty.
Anyway, this is a family show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoops.
So, of course, you should, whatever. That background noise is, we have the washing machine right up against the wall. We figured, it's a good idea. Get some washing going so you guys can hear that.
What he's really lying about is they have a rabbit farm.
Yeah.
They
Jim, I
breed-
think
they breed
you have the
rabbits.
rabbit farm. You got 4 kids.
Yeah. Call me Peter. Yeah.
Pumpkin eater. So, yeah, we're just to get back on track here. That's the Huntstock's August 11th through 13th.
Yep.
Awesome.
So we're pretty excited about that. We're laughing at the noise. 'Cause we keep getting in, we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I can't even talk. And all this noise, we got the dogs running around, the kids, and then everything else.
Yep.
Life.
But I think we're gonna wrap this one up. Jim, you should learn to do that. And we hope you guys tune in again. I hope you enjoyed it. We appreciate the support, guys, and look forward to meeting people that want to meet us. I don't know why you do, but
Yeah.
we'll be there.
Yeah,
You
if
want
you
to meet a couple of weirdos? We'll be right there.
Yeah, Chris will be there.
I'll be there.
He's
Yeah.
got different personalities. So.
Yeah, well, that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. We got to get Scotty on here.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd have to put a microphone strapped to his chin. The Whisper King.
Yeah. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope that you come back next time and for whatever reason, listen to us.